Hey guys, it's Nicole with Healthy Steps Nutrition. Today we're learning how to read a nutrition label. There's a new set of nutrition labels coming out, which is awesome. It's going to help us be able to see exactly what's in our food a little bit easier. A couple things are changing. Serving size is going to be a little bit in a bigger font, bold font, so you'll be able to see how many servings per container. A lot of times, especially with drinks, it'll just have half the amount of calories for a half of a bottle. You wouldn't realize that it is actually double the amount of calories, sugar in these things if you didn't realize that it said servings per container too. So at the top, it tells us how many servings per container. So for this particular nutrition label, 8 servings per container. So if we eat 1/8 of whatever's in here, that's 1 serving. So that's what is the 230 calories. So calories at the top. Next thing that going down is the amount of fat. So this particular thing has 8 grams of fat in it. Under that, saturated fat. Saturated fat, not exactly the best thing for us. We want to look for mostly mono and poly unsaturated fats, which is what the majority of this fat is coming from. Trans fat is a man-made fat. It is what helps keep things shelf stable and taste really good, although it's very, very bad for us. Next thing going down, we've got cholesterol, sodium. A lot of times salt will be added to foods to help keep it shelf stable, help make it taste good. Sodium causes our body to retain fluid, not something that we want to have a bunch of excess with, especially if we have any heart conditions, anything like that. Moving down, we have the total carbohydrates. So there's many different types of carbohydrates. Sugar is one of them. Fiber is a non-digestible carbohydrate, which is listed under there too. So total carbohydrates for this is 37 grams of carbs. Under that, we've got 4 grams of fiber. So a little bit of fiber. Your whole grain things are going to be much higher in fiber. Also, fruits and vegetables have a lot of fiber in them. Our brown rice over white rice, the fiber's in the outside of the shell of the grain. So when they take off that outside shell, that is where we're going to be losing the fiber to make like a white bread or a white rice. Moving under that, we've got total sugars. Then the best thing, it now is going to tell us how many grams of added sugar. So for this particular thing, there's 12 grams of sugar, but 10 of those grams are added sugar. So sugar added to this ingredient to make it taste better. 10 grams, 4 grams equals 1 teaspoon, so a little bit over 2.5 teaspoons added of sugar per serving to make this thing taste pretty good. Lastly, we've got the protein on there. Protein, we want to make sure that we have protein, some fat, and some carbs with every meal. This is very carbohydrate heavy, not a lot of protein, some fat in there. So this isn't going to keep us full for very long. We want to make sure that we have some protein with every meal. So if we're just eating this, probably not the best option for us, not going to keep us full. If we're having this as a snack, a little bit too much carbohydrates for one snack, just having it one time. Under that, we've got the vitamins and minerals. So it tells us how many milligrams of the vitamins, minerals, and then the percentage per day of the recommended amount based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Underneath the nutrition facts label is going to be the ingredients label. This is also something to look at because the ingredients label is listed from the most abundant thing to the least abundant thing. Meaning if the first ingredient is sugar, that means there's more sugar in there than any other ingredient in this package. We want to make sure that we're checking out the ingredients labels. If we can't read a bunch of things on that ingredients label, probably not the best thing for us. We want to look at the nutrition facts label to make sure that it's balanced and the portion size appropriately. A lot of times, especially with cereals, rice, pasta, that type of thing, the portion size is much smaller than what we actually put on our plate. We'll do another activity in a little bit doing portion sizes. You measure out how much cereal you would actually put in and then find out how many servings it is. A lot of times we end up doubling, tripling the amount per serving, so then that would mean we need to triple the nutrition facts label. So instead of 230 calories, it could be 460 or upwards if we're getting more than 1 serving at one sitting. So make sure you take a look at the nutrition facts label, the ingredients label. You know what you're looking at, making sure that it's balanced. We don't want a ton of carbohydrates in one sitting. Ideally, if we're having some carbs from whatever type of whole grain, and then we have some vegetables that has a little bit of starch and a little bit of carbs in it too. So we want to make sure that we have a balance, Protein, really important, and then having some added fat. Fat does not make us fat. We want fat to help keep us full and satisfied. Also has many other roles in the body, which we'll go over. But making sure that we're having a balance is really, really important. So don't just have carbs, just have protein, or just have fat in one sitting. We want to have the combination of all three. So hope this helps you understand how to read a nutrition facts label. Definitely make sure that you're taking a look at those. Really a lot of information packed into one square on the side of a container. Have a great day.